What's your name and what's your role?
My name's Casper and I'm the Programme Manager for ANGLO's Warwick Centre.
What do you do in your role as an Anglo PM in Warwick? And what is your day-to-day routine like?
My job, I feel, can be broken down into three main parts. One is making sure everything's in place, that the centre runs smoothly in terms of everything that was pre-planned. Is improving the way the centre can be run in terms of listening to group leader requests or student requests, or thinking about ways we can improve in general based on the personalities of the groups we have present. And the third, which is probably the most prevalent, is dealing with any problems that risk affecting the smooth running of the centre. So I've heard that being called damage management or chaos reaction, everything.
What's your typical day like as an Anglo PM in Warwick?
I think I personally didn't have a set day-to-day routine. There are things that tend to happen in the morning and things that tend to happen in the afternoon. Like in the morning, right when the students are moving, there would often be more chaos management, and then there'd be more admin when all the students are in classes. But that can be thrown up at any time. Things can happen, and you just have to react to what is required to make sure everything runs smoothly.
How would you summarise an average weekday compared to an average weekend?
So the weekends are definitely more chill because groups are usually on 4-day excursions. So you send them all off in the morning, and then you can focus on catching up with anything you may not have been able to do during the week. You can take a day off on a Saturday or Sunday.
Which qualities would you say are the most important for an Anglo PM to have?
I think three qualities that are important: being able to problem solve, even if it's a stressful situation, being composed while doing your job in stressful situations, and being friendly but professional, so that everyone knows they can come to you to chat to you, but also that you have a job to do.
What have you got out of the experience of being an Anglo PM?
I've got a lot out of the experience of being an Anglo PM. I think mainly confidence in the separate parts of the job, like the people parts of the job, knowing being able to find who I need to talk to get some things organized. Also, definitely helping me being even more calm and collective when dealing with a lot going on and finding problems to solve. Definitely, my confidence in myself has grown a lot.
What's something that surprised you about your role?
Something that really surprised me about this role is just how many people you actually end up working with. At the start, the only people in your mind are your own staff that you'll be managing. However, you end up having to deal with the university conference managers, with the accommodation staff, sports staff, cleaning staff. You'll end up dealing with booking agencies, with coach companies. You have to deal with people from loads of professions and lots of personalities, and that was definitely a surprise for me.
What's your favourite thing about being an Anglo PM?
My favourite thing about this role was that everyone on centre knows you and everyone's happy to say hello. And you can see that your groups and your students are having a good time. If you're doing things right, people do show that they appreciate you. And if you have the chance to catch up with some of the students and you hear about how great their day was, it's really rewarding.
How long have you been working for Anglo, and what has your progression been like?
I've been working with Anglo for 2 years. I think my progression was quite rapid in the sense that I was an activity leader, but I was some people are calling a floating activity leader, which meant that I saw more than one centre. And I think the ability to see more than one centre, and also I ended up doing a bit of workshop leading, a bit of activity leading, even a bit of teaching because I'm TEFL qualified. I ended up being able to see lots of different roles and lots of different centres and how they run, which I think set me up quite nicely to be able to move on to a management role in the next year. So I went from activity leading last year to programme managing this year.
What's one piece of advice you would give to someone who's about to start working for Anglo for the very first time?
I think that Anglo runs in a certain way, and the more you understand how Anglo works as a company, the more your place in the company and your roles and all the other roles make more sense. So I would advise to talk lots with all the colleagues, even if you're an activity leader, with the teachers, even though it doesn't seem like your roles coincide. It's great to hear about how everyone works together to make the summer school great.
What are the best features of our Warwick Centre?
So the Warwick Centre is really fortunate to have a great big campus, but our involvement in the campus is still quite compact. It's not too far from accommodation to lessons, from lessons to canteen. We also have really great sports facilities. We use both the outdoor sports areas and indoor, and there's a swimming pool. And the campus itself is nice and green and it's calm, and students come to me all the time saying they've seen bunny rabbits and squirrels running around everywhere. So the campus is a nice place to be, for sure.
Where is your campus?
So Warwick campus is very close to Coventry and has also great connections to Birmingham. On the campus there is a bus interchange and a coach park, which makes it really easy to get wherever we have to go for excursions, or if any groups want to visit places nearby, like Leamington Spa as well. A lot of groups like Leamington Spa.
How do Anglo and ISV guarantee safety, assistance and excellent customer service in their programmes?
So Anglo and ISV provide great assistance from start to finish of the programme. We will meet every group at the coach park when they arrive at the campus, and everyone will get a tour and a welcome presentation, and made sure that everyone knows where to go and what they have available to them. And in addition to that, we are flexible if someone requires extra assistance to provide one of our staff to help out whenever that's needed. In terms of safety, Anglo has good safeguarding procedures in place with lots of staff that students can go to if they have any issues, and a safeguarding officer that will make sure the right people are involved for individual situations.
Can you give us a quick description of what the accommodation is like?
So all bedrooms in Warwick are slightly bigger than single beds, which is quite nice, and they have ensuite bathrooms and showers. We don't have individual flats, which at first we thought was a disadvantage, but actually it means that all the groups gather together in one kitchen and can interact with each other. So when we have a mixture of cultures or a mixture of languages, all the students gather in the kitchens and at the end of the day, and they speak English with each other. And I think it's a great part of our campus that there's more mixing between all the different groups.